Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at the B breaker from a company called LEKATO. Now LEKATO are nice enough to send this product to me, but I just want to stipulate that my thoughts are my own and this review is completely honest. So today I'm going to be looking at the unboxing of this product and just listening to the sounds through a clean and slightly dirtied amp and then putting it into practical use. So join me, let's get started. So first thing off the bat is that it arrived via Amazon, I assume, or an Amazon courier. It came in an Amazon parcel, one of those soft cardboard envelopes basically. But it appears not to have been damaged in transit and that, you know, the Amazon parcel, although not the most robust, has done the job. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard packaging for a mini pedal. Even the higher end and price point ones that I've bought have had similar packaging in the past. Oh, the only thing that I'd mention is that obviously it gives you the details on the power supply here. This does not come with a power supply, so make sure that you're aware of that if you look to purchase it. But I mean, it seems pretty pristine condition. Yeah, let's get opening. So there you go. So yeah, obviously it comes with an owner's manual. Look and see if it's tiny, by the way. It's not that I have massive hands. Let's have a look. Okay, so it seems to be a standardized manual which includes all of their pedals. And it's got instructions by the look of it. It does read as though this item does stem from China. I think it even says somewhere that it's made in China. Yeah, there you go. It says it's made in China. So, what else we got? Well, it looks as though that's quite cool. Hang on, what's this as well? Yeah, it looks like it comes with Velcro to attach to your pedal board, which is nice. I can't remember that I've often found Velcro that's been included in the pedal, you know, for your pedal board as well. So that's a nice little plus. And then here's the pedal. Now, I have seen images of this online. When LEKATO sent it to me, I did a bit of research. And it does look very, very similar, I think you'll all agree, to the Marshall Blues Breaker that was popular in the 90s. But let's move all this aside. It's pretty dark, but there's your pedal, the B breaker. And yeah, I would totally agree that it's very similar in its look to the Marshall Blues Breaker. In fact, I've got a Marshall Blues Breaker right there. And as you can see, there are many similarities, mostly in design. But we'll see whether or not, sound-wise, it's, you know, a contender as well. Obviously, I use the Blues Breaker a lot live. It's like a bit like a tube screamer for me. I use it for just a little bit extra crunch on my clean amp. Even though the gain is turned up about, you know, to 3 o'clock, that isn't, this is a pretty low gain unit. Obviously made famous by the likes of John Mayer and the like, who, I think John used to have it in his pedal board setup around the Continuum era, which is why I bought it. But yeah, we've got fast extremes here. This isn't a point of comparing one against the other, but I just thought it was notable that obviously they're going for that look as well. So I'm not going to literally compare them in this video, but obviously I'm well versed in the Marshall Blues Breaker, so we'll see whether or not I think it contends. You know, there's a huge price difference because I think these go for about 500 to 600 pounds currently, and I think this one's about 30-40 pounds on Amazon. So yeah, but I mean, Blues Breaker aside, it looks like a nice little pedal. I like the fact that the inputs are not aligned, which works really nicely on your pedal board as well, because ultimately you're going to be using those tiny little jack leads, and it's nice when they're, if you know what I mean, you can loop them up and down and stuff. It's a lot neater on your pedal board basically. But I mean, design wise it looks absolutely fine. It feels good. The knobs are firm. Yeah, the knobs are firm. It doesn't feel brittle and it doesn't feel cheap. It feels as good as the ones that I've spent about £200 each on. So, and it's neat as well. Like, the sides and stuff, it's well finished, and it's quite heavy. So yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like it's cheap. Let's put it that way. So yeah, let's put it to the test. It's also worth noting that today I'll be using my Fender Hot Rod DeVille 410 amp for all clean tones. There'll be a touch of reverb that I'll apply because I just love the Fender reverb. And yeah, no extra distortion or anything, it's just going to be completely clean, and then we'll get a true sense of how this pedal sounds. So today I'll be reviewing the B-Breaker with my trusty Fender Telecaster American Special. And as I say, it's going straight into my Fender 410 Hot Rod DeVille amp. And here's the bridge pickup, clean tone. Middle pickup. And then neck pickup. So let's have a look at the pedal. Tone is currently down, and so is the drive. So let's engage the pedal. And it's obviously a lot more muffled because the tone's down, right? So let's put the tone up about a quarter. Now that may sound like the neck pickup, but that's actually the bridge pickup, so that should be a lot more jangly, but... And this is now the neck pickup. So about a quarter on, and the tone is still pretty muffled, so we'll do it to about halfway. And try again. So this is the bridge pickup. That's the middle pickup. And then here's the neck. Okay, so still quite muffled, so let's just, this is obviously still without any gain. So let's put it 3/4 of the way around, and this is the bridge. That's more like it. Here's the middle. And here's the neck. So it's getting a lot nicer tones out of that, about 3/4 of the way around with no drive. So let's just disengage and have a listen. And then on again. So it's still slightly muffly, duller tone, and you can definitely tell that there's no drive that's been added. So let's try, now that I like that tone, or let's just do it all the way around and see what that sounds like. That's still, you know, nice. And then with that. And then on. So yeah, that's kind of like true bypass, isn't it? In terms of the tone is basically unchanged. So let's now start to introduce the drive. So I'm going to turn down the tone to just about 9 o'clock position, and then let's put a little bit of drive on. And that's the neck pickup. And the middle. You could get some nice country tones out of that. And this is the neck again. So you're starting to get that nice little touch of crunch on there. And here's the bridge. So just the tiniest hint of drive, and we're only looking at about the 10 o'clock positions. Let's put it about halfway. I can hear the amp starting to get a bit more gain in it now. So here's the neck. And that's a lot more kind of tube screamery. Middle. And now the bridge. So it's got that really kind of crunchy tone to it now. And here's the middle again. And here's the neck. So yeah, I like that. It's not too dissimilar from the Marshall Blues Breaker, where I'm using it as just a little bit of extra crunch on a clean amp. But we'll persevere and continue on the gain through about the 2 o'clock position. That is nice. And that's the neck pickup, and then the middle. And then the bridge. And obviously with this, it's getting much, much louder as well. So not only is the drive increasing the amount of distortion, but it's also the volume as well. Can you hear that? But that's kind of to be expected, because to get drive, you have to overdrive it. So, okay, let's go for about the 3 o'clock position. Oh man, the amp is really crunching now. The middle. And then the bridge. Now we're in blues territory. Now we're in like proper Chicago's. I'm really liking it so far. It's got some really beautiful tones coming out of it. And now finally, let's look at turning up the drive the entire way. Do you know what? I'm actually going to turn down my amp slightly, because I fear for my ears. This is going to be loud. Okay, so here's the neck pickup with the drive all the way. That's nice. And then the bridge. It's nice. It's nice. It's not like, you're definitely not going to get a proper distortion, you know, from this pedal. It's adding crunch all the way. And it's tasteful, it's nice. If you just want to have that extra layer on a clean tone, just have a little play with the, if I put the tone now halfway, okay, so to my ears, it's way too trebly then. So my preference would be to have the tone about 9 o'clock-ish on the dial, but Nice country tone though. Okay, so now we've got an idea of the tones. Let's put it to the test. So I'm going to play some blues and we'll see how it sounds. It's just going to be the best tone that I can get out of it against the backing track. Let's go. Okay, so I found a nice bluesy Robin Ford style backing track. So let's have a play with the pedal and see how it does. This is kind of the best tone out of the bat that I've got from it. So here's a good example of how I'd use it live. So let's go. So there you have it, guys, the bead breaker from LEKATO. But how do I rate it? Well, I think it has its uses. I think if you're not after an all-out distortion sound and you just want that overdriven, drivey, Fendery, ampy sound, then it does the job. Now, when comparing it, and I said I wouldn't compare it to Marshall Blues Breaker, but I mean, they look kind of similar, so you would think it would be modeled on that to a certain degree. Definitely the Marshall Blues Breaker is more versatile, and also you probably get a lot nicer tones out of the Marshall Blues Breaker. But for the price point, I mean, you know, there's very little difference, really. It's just personal preference. So, you know, I spent about £600 on the Marshall Blues Breaker, and this is about £35 to £40. So, and I know that you can get deals on Amazon and on their store. All the links for this product, by the way, will be in the description below. But I mean, it's a nice pedal. It's sturdy. I mean, it would fit nicely on anyone's pedal board. It's not, you know, and really all that you're going to be using it for is a bit of crunch on your amp, which it's perfect for. It's got true bypass. You can't ask much more than that. You're not going to get any unwanted hums or, you know, changes in volume and stuff. But I think it'd make a nice boost and a nice kind of tube screamer. Basically, you do get some nice bluesy tones out of it. For the price point, I would rate it, and I'd even consider putting it on my board, to be honest, because it is, you know, it is offering a sound that, you know, tube screamers of about 100 to 150 pounds offer. So it is good for the price point. Now, in terms of longevity, who knows? Because I don't know the internals of this. I've not opened it up. I've not had a look. But I mean, I'm assuming that the price comes, you know, with some sacrifices somewhere. But the look and feel of it is good. The sound impressed me, but is not amazing. But I still feel very positively about it considering the price point. And, you know, before LEKATO had approached me, I'd never heard of them before. So I do rate this pedal. It is good. And there are many pedals that are the affordable range that you can find on Amazon and other websites that are really, really giving the likes of Ibanez, Marshall, the long-serving pedal makers a run for their money, which is scary because obviously these are much cheaper and therefore could be much more successful. But yeah, I mean, plus points, as I say, tone is good. You're not going to get a massive overdrive out of it unless you really, really push your amp hard. Now, my Fender 410 Hot Rod DeVille is ridiculously loud. So I live in a detached house, but it was getting ear-blisteringly loud. So it would take a lot to get like a full-out distortion on it, but it's offering some nice bits. Downsides, not many, to be honest with you. It didn't come with a power adapter, but it came with Velcro. So, you know, most people that are going to stick this on their board will have sufficient power anyway for it. So say it's just standard 9 volts. That's probably the only con I can think of, because other than that, it feels good, it looks good, and do you know what? It sounds pretty good as well, but I'll let you be the judge of that. But would I rate this pedal? I probably would. If I didn't have the money to spend on, you know, an Ibanez Tube Screamer or, you know, a Marshall Blues Breaker, then yeah, this is definitely a good substitution and very cheap. It's incredibly cheap. I'm actually surprised at how good it feels, you know, in comparison to how cheap it is. So if you're considering it and it's in your price point, I'd say definitely go for it. It's a contender. There are other makes out there that are doing as good or, you know, arguably better pedals, but this is on par with everything of this price range that I have tried so far, and it's offering a good sound. I hope you found this interesting anyway. I have some more products of theirs to review, so I'll be doing that. And, you know, I always try and be honest about these things. I'm not here to, you know, pull the wool over your eyes about stuff. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it, you know. The sound is pretty good. So that's all I've really got to say about it, to be honest with you. But thanks for LEKATO for giving me the opportunity to review a product for you. It really does mean a lot. And if there's anyone else out there that wants me to review their products, I'm more than happy to. So yeah, I mean, I'll link everything in the description below. You can see their website, you know, links to the Amazon shop for it as well. And hopefully, as I say, this has been informative and interesting, and it's probably helped you on your purchase journey as to whether or not this is a contender or not. Yeah, if you could all like and subscribe, that'd be great, and I'll catch you in the next video. But take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.